Hey Omnibuds, Devin here. I wanted to do a little something different than normal. I'm going to review a book that I just got finished with. It's called Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. I think it would pique the interest of a lot of you guys. Probably have heard of it, some of you have read it. It seems to be catching fire at the moment. So I'm going to do a little overview of it. I'm going to try to be as mildly spoilerish as possible. And let's get into it. All right, so what is this book? This book is part one of an 8-part series right now. The 8th book comes out in May. And if there's a 9th book, that's all going to depend on what happens in the 8th. The premise of the book is the world ends. And it ends in an instant. Anybody that's inside any kind of man-made structure, be it a building, a bus stop, a car, whatever, those buildings are instantly atomized and collapsed into the earth. Carl just happened to be outside trying to collect his cat at about 2:30 in the morning. And the cat's not even his, it's his ex-girlfriend's. There's about 10 pages of this backstory. It's real quick, and then it gets into the action. So what exactly is the action? Well, a bunch of staircases then form on Earth in the barren wasteland that we now have for the however many survivors there are. And you're given a choice. Live on the barren Earth, or enter the dungeon and become a crawler. And what exactly is a crawler? Just like Dungeons and Dragons, you go into the dungeon and there's monsters or mobs as they're called. There's boss fights, there's loot boxes, all this kind of stuff. And he goes down there with the cat and basically has to fight for his life on a televised game show for alien races. Throughout the book, you're going to meet a couple of different crawlers. You'll meet some other characters. There's a tutorial guide. This first book of 8 is basically your tutorial. Like, it tells you about the world. It tells you about the dungeon. It gives you a little background on the universe and how things are run, but it doesn't really get into it. I'm not sure how it goes in the next books. I have book 2 on order right now. So what's the object of this dungeon? Entertainment. It's entertainment for the greater universe. Our world has been scavenged and mined. And all the survivors are on this game show, and they are going to go through this dungeon. They're going to level up, they're going to power up, they're going to get different armors, different weapons, different abilities, and their job is basically to do things as cool as possible and as gratuitously violent as possible sometimes to get their views up. And as their views go up, they're featured on shows. So, there's millions of people. So if you can basically, outshine anybody else, that's what you have to do. You can get on TV shows and get your viewership up. And at a certain point, you'll be able to get like patronage boxes, which will give you better armor, better weapons, spells, all that. Just like any other role-playing game, except this one can be sponsored by the people watching it. Now, like I said, I've only read the first book. I can only comment on the first book. But this series seems to be catching fire right now. Buddy of mine told me about it a month ago. I didn't get to really even think about it for a couple of weeks. Then I just started seeing it everywhere. People walking around with it. I was like, oh, maybe I'll check it out. I ordered it. It sat on my desk for about a week. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it a whirl. I finished it in 4 days. I probably would have finished it in 2, but I had to work. I picked up the paperback because I wasn't sure if I was going to really like it or not. But it's actually a very good book. It's well written. And you can tell the author thought about the world. He thought about the world that he wanted to write. It has rules. It sticks to the rules. But also as a game, it has mistakes. So you can exploit, bugs in the game. And if the game determines that you exploited that bug on purpose, it will automatically delete you. Also, it'll have bugs like, they'll be walking through the dungeon and all you'll hear is, oh, we fixed the bug in the bathroom. Sorry for the people that were incinerated. And, things like that. So the first book was published in 2020. It was self-published through an Amazon exclusive. And it started to gain popularity, so much so that Penguin bought the publishing rights in 2024. And they have since produced hardcovers and audiobooks on the first 7 books. Like I said, the 8th is coming in May. And the first book you can get in paperback. The second book comes out in paperback next week. But to go along with that, in May when the 8th book comes out, they're also doing a trade paperback of the first book. So I don't know if it's going to be multiple issues, but it's going to be done under, I believe, Vault Publishing. And it'll be a fully, fully animated comic book version of the first book. And then there's also going to be another comic book coming out for this that is going to follow another crawler, somebody we haven't heard of yet that has not been in any of the books. It's going to be somebody completely different. So, see how that goes, but I don't have a date on that one yet. And the deluge is about to start. There's going to be action figures. There's already pins, cosplay sets, stickers. This is becoming huge. And I got to admit, I read the book and I liked it a lot. And I was like, oh, I wonder what's online about this. The fandom's a little cringy. It really is. But the book itself is really good. I think you'll like it. And if you've already read it, let me know what you think about it. Because I liked it and I want to keep going. And I've heard the first and second book are very much alike. And I heard it starts to get a little different in the third. The major criticisms I've seen of the first book are that it's very repetitive. And it kind of is, go through the dungeon, kill mobs, gain experience, gain loot boxes, find a boss, repeat. But that's a role-playing game. That's what they are. And, if you're going to do a multiple series book, the first book, maybe 2, have to lay out what is happening in this world. And that's what's happening. So, I think those criticisms are a little off, but you can tell they're probably not from people who like this genre as much. But I think you'll like it. I like it. And let me know what you guys think, all right? See you later.
If you're looking for great deals on collected edition comics or manga, we recommend shopping at panelboundcomics.com. They offer free shipping on orders over $30, plus bundle discounts to help you save even more. And if you're shopping from Europe or the UK, comicsbugle.com offers free EU shipping and a rewards program for regular buyers. Don't forget to use our discount codes at checkout.